Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to this week's cosmic guidance for February the 21st through until the 27th. We are on the final week of February, and we have some really supportive energies this week for moving forward with your creative projects, with really feeling confident about who you are and what you're here to share with the world. So we're going to do a day-by-day breakdown. I'm also going to give the larger context of the energies we are playing in right now, so we can really see the bigger picture, because it's so fun to see daily the planetary shifts, how we can co-create with that energy, but always keeping in mind the bigger picture is really, really important as well. So if you are new to me and my channel, a big warm welcome. It is wonderful to have you here. My name is Kara Melendi. I'm an Akashic astrologer. So I study the planetary shifts, and I do that from the realm of the Akashic field. So I bring in even more clarity and divine downloads on how we can co-create with this energy in the highest timeline. And when I work with clients one-on-one or in my group programs, I help them work with these sacred tools to move forward in elevating their business. So really amplifying their impact on the planet and opening up to receiving abundantly for their soul's work in the world. So if that is something that is resonating with you, be sure that you subscribe. So let's dive right in here. So to begin with that larger context, we are currently in Pisces season right now. So I want to talk a little bit about this transition from Aquarius season into Pisces, because it is a very different energy, but of course they really build on one another. So in Aquarius season, we are really looking at how we are sharing our gifts, our talents in order to move the planet forward. It's very much about progression, evolution, expansion, and seeing beyond just ourselves and what we want to experience to how we want to contribute to the planet, the legacy that we want to leave on the planet. And really looking at creating a more harmonious, peaceful world for all of us to reside in. Now, as the sun moves into the sign of Pisces, this is more about our connection to the divine, to our divinity, to our higher self. It's about who we are beyond the ego, beyond the physical body. And it's also a water sign. So it's very intuitive. It's a mutable water sign. So we're really learning how to surrender during Pisces season, how to lean into deeper levels of trust. Now, the Piscean archetype can also be associated with addiction and escapism, feeling sometimes too overwhelmed by the earth plane through the challenges that can come up here. And this is an opportunity to look at the ways that we might escape, the ways that we specifically escape from our emotions. Remembering, Pisces is a water sign, a very, very sensitive water sign. So whether or not you are a Pisces, this energy applies to all of us. And it's a time to look at, how am I escaping feeling what is coming up? What I love about the Pisces energy too is it is the only water sign that doesn't have a natural defense kind of built into it, or a slightly different one. So for instance, if we look at the other water signs, we have Cancer, which is represented by the crab, and its form of protection is to go in the shell, put the wall up. If it doesn't trust, it doesn't feel safe, it separates from emotions, it puts the wall up. If we look at Scorpio, it has the stinger where it can really lash out and be intense, right? Pisces is represented by the fish. It teaches us to be open and vulnerable. Now with Pisces, it can be the escapism is kind of the way out and the protection. But in the highest timeline, it's really about feeling our emotions, trusting the universe more deeply, trusting ourselves to be able to navigate our emotional realm. So keep that in mind as we move through Pisces season. Now, another hallmark right now is this powerful conjunction between Venus and Mars, in a very tight conjunction as we wrap up February and even as we move into March. And this is bringing together the divine masculine and feminine energies. And I shared this in my Divine Creators Inner Circle this past week or last week, and a lot of the members there said it really spoke to them. So I want to share it with you as well. This idea of balancing the masculine and feminine energies is not a 50-50 balance. Like, you may feel comfortable being 70% in your feminine energy, right? This looks different for each of us, and we can really have a glimpse of that in our astrology and our birth chart, where we're naturally inclined. And sometimes for some of you, maybe more in that masculine energy, right? But for all of us, this powerful planetary conjunction is bringing us back to what is that balance meant to look like for you? And how can you find that balance of honoring the feminine, which is that relaxation, that receptivity, that ability to magnetize, and honor the masculine, which is that ability to stand in your power, to use that life force energy, your will, to move forward in creating what you desire. We need both energies in our life. So that's just a little bit of the context. You can see there's some powerful energies at play as we go more into the energies of the week. So beginning on Monday, the 21st, we have the moon in Scorpio. So starting out this week, there's a lot of the water element that's being activated. So you may feel more like doing the internal work. A moon in Scorpio connects us to the power of our inner world, the power of our emotions. It supports us in emotional mastery, which I think, well, I know is key to manifestation. If we can't master our emotions, we're going to feel like a victim instead of feeling really empowered. So we begin the week with learning how to be in touch with our emotions and to not label them as good or bad or negative or positive. We get so in our head about that. Instead, remember that emotions are meant to flow. Think of the water element. Emotions are not meant to stay stuck in your body or energy field. You are meant to move through them. Allow your emotions to flow. Don't shy away from them. Don't create stories that are unhelpful around them. Big lesson to begin the week with. Now, the moon's also going to oppose Uranus and Taurus as well. So this can be some powerful emotions that are emerging. But I really feel like the message I'm getting from the records as well is we begin this week with the intention and desire and knowingness that we can deep dive into how we are feeling, and we can work with that energy. We can move through those emotions, and we can tap into our power as that master alchemist in our life. Now, the moon's also going to trine the sun on Monday, and the sun currently being in Pisces. So again, the strong water element of creativity and this reminder that you are still manifesting even when you're not taking action. Like, that is just one part of manifestation. Who you are being, the energy you are embodying is just, it's even more important. And then we take action from that space and things really begin to move. So on Tuesday, the 22nd, we still have the moon in Scorpio, and it's going to trine Neptune and Jupiter. So this is really our connection into higher realms of consciousness, our connection to our higher self, where we really begin to feel that the desires in our heart, our vision, have a bigger purpose beyond just our life experience. Yeah, that's a big message coming in. So of course, you matter. The things you want to experience while you are on this earth plane at this time, they matter, and you get to experience them. And there's something bigger going on. On Tuesday, we really feel into how the universe can be channeled through us, how we are a unique reflection of infinite intelligence, how you interpret this energy, how you play with this energy, how you use your unique codes of healing, of wisdom to transform the planet. You're very connected to that, especially on Tuesday, Monday as well, Monday, Tuesday, even into Wednesday, but especially Monday and Tuesday, there's definitely this connection to higher realms of consciousness and a deeper awareness of how we play with our energy, how we move through emotions, how we express infinite intelligence into the world. So powerful stuff. On Wednesday, we're going to feel an energetic shift here as the moon moves into Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. So It's very adventurous. It's very much about connecting to wisdom. It's really how we take our knowledge that we have and we embody it a little more deeply. And that's when it becomes wisdom. We're kind of at a time now where we are bombarded with so much information. And if it just stays on like a logical level, we don't get the full benefit. So this energy on Wednesday, it's a very fun energy. Like you're going to feel a little more extroverted that day, a little more of a desire to move from the internal reflection into that connection with the people around you, that connection to the outer world, that expression. But what I was saying here around taking our knowledge and embodying it, and that's when it turns into wisdom, when we're able to apply it in our life and we take it from just theory into a practical application. And that's where we really benefit from it. So we have this Sagittarius fire moon. It's going to trine Chiron in Aries. So I like this here. So Chiron in Aries is about healing our insecurities, the part of us that feels like I'm not really worthy, I'm not really lovable. And this can be a deep wound for a lot of us. We can do a lot of healing work around it and still notice it pop up in our business and our relationships. And this energy on Wednesday, we can really feel into how you do matter, how you are innately worthy, how what you have to say matters, how you show up matters. And I talk about this with my clients often because we can have imposter syndrome set in where we feel like everybody's already sharing the message I want to share. There's so many people doing the work I want to do. Why does it matter? And you have to come back to it definitely matters. If it's placed in your heart to share a message, the world needs it. And the way you share is different from anyone else, especially when you're being your authentic self and you're honoring your truth and you're taking the time to turn information into practical wisdom by practicing it, by embodying it, by playing with it in your own life. You have so much to offer others. So be in your magic, stay in your power. That's the main message on Wednesday. There's also a beautiful aspect here where Mars is going to sextile Neptune. And I think this brings in a lot of creativity. This again reinforces our connection with infinite intelligence and how powerful your manifestations are when you create from that place instead of cutting off from it. And so we cut off from it when we feel like we're alone, when we have to rely on our human strength alone, when we have to push a little harder, when we feel like things aren't working out for us, when we're going against the current. So the universe is trying to say, go this way, say yes to this, or perhaps take time to relax, and we're ignoring it. Like that's when we're cutting ourselves. We can't completely cut off from that channel, but we're also not always fully open to it either. So Wednesday is really about opening up to that the first few days of the week, but Wednesday you'll feel more of that fiery energy set in. On Thursday, this is perhaps one of the most influential aspects of the week. We have Uranus in Taurus, and it's going to form a square with Mercury. So I want to start with the highest expression of this energy. In the highest expression, this is about thinking outside of the box. This is about new ideas dropping in. This is about the power of changing your environment in order to bring on a new perspective, whether it's through travel or simply, like I used to do this a lot when I started working from home and, would feel lonely at times. I wouldn't even just go out to a coffee shop and bring my laptop and do some work there. And just being in that new environment, it's like I would see things in a new way. I would have new ideas drop in. My energy would instantly shift just by being in a new location. So that's kind of the energy on Thursday. But also, this is big too. We really want to be aware on Thursday of how we are responding to other people and situations and what they are saying, because this energy can lead to a lot of reaction, or it could be the energy of we said something that then has a lot of backlash. So on both sides, we want to be really intentional about how we're using the power of our words and how we're responding to other people. Like if we're just in a reactionary state, we're not in our power. We're allowing other people to influence us. And that's usually when we say and do things that we later regret. And we're like, what was I thinking? That's not really me. That's not really helpful. So we don't want to be in that energy of reaction. We want to be in the power of responding. really key right now, I think, overall with what's going on in the world. But Thursday, it comes to a forefront. So be very aware of what may be triggering you, that people are saying, how you may be triggering other people. And of course, you can't take responsibility for their feelings. That's not your work at all. What you can do is be very intentional about what is the main message I want to share here? What's the point I want to convey? What's my intention behind it, basically? So that's a really powerful aspect. You'll feel that energy on Thursday for sure. And again, remember, the highest expression is thinking outside of the box and being in our power to react or respond intentionally instead of just knee-jerk reactions to what's going on around us. Friday, the energy shifts again with the moon moving into Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, this energy on Friday and through the weekend will feel a little more stable. We're kind of moving from that watery energy that we had at the beginning of the week more into the grounded, earthy energy. So this is where we look at manifestation. That does come from taking action. That does come from being more in kind of that masculine energy. Now, as we move into Saturday, the moon in Capricorn will sextile Jupiter. So this is about taking the vision you have for your life and the practical steps you can take to begin implementing that today. I feel as well, like this message is coming in from the records that the way we understand the archetypal energy of Capricorn has been shifting over the past 3 years, where we're changing the way we see work. We're changing the way we see contribution to the planet. We're changing the way we see success. And we're moving more and more into our own heart space, personal definition of what success means. And we're creating lives around that instead of being so concerned with how other people see us and judge us, how they define success. And it's an ongoing thing. And it really comes into play when the moon's in Capricorn, or we have a lot of planets in Capricorn. We have Venus and Mars there right now. So this is really a focus now. How do you define success? What does it mean for you? And are your daily actions in alignment to that? Like, this isn't something we do just once and it's like it's done. This is constantly going back to, what does success mean for me? What is true success? How do I want to feel when I go to bed at night? What is the impact I want to create on this planet? And this is where we fine tune it. Are the actions I'm taking in this moment leading to that result? And if not, what do I need to shift to change? So I know that's a lot to kind of play with, but that's kind of the energy on Friday and throughout the weekend. That we're playing with. Now on Sunday, the moon's still in Capricorn. It'll move into Aquarius later that day. Of course, some of this depends on your time zone, where you are in the world, but overall, again, these energies are fluid as well. So the moon's going to move through, it's going to conjunct Venus and Mars and Pluto before it moves into Aquarius. So again, the conversation on the weekend really is coming back to your heart. What does success mean for you? And take action from that space, right? The energies on Sunday are a reminder that when you are really connected to your bigger purpose, to what's placed in your heart, you are motivated. Sometimes, like, it's interesting when we have this discussion around motivation and I don't feel motivated. And that's if we don't feel motivated, and we've all had that experience from time to time, it's because something's not in alignment. When we're in alignment, we move forward. Motivation doesn't even come into the question. We just kind of move through what needs to be done to create the experience we desire. So if we're not feeling motivated, something's out of alignment, which means we're usually not connected with what we really want, or we don't feel it's possible. So come back to what you desire, feel the support of the universe moving through you, helping you create it. And even if you don't know all the steps or have all the answers, which no one ever does, move forward with the next action you do know how to take, and watch how the universe rearranges to bring you the solutions, to bring you the right people, to open the right doors, to bring in the opportunities, right? You have to also be a part of that creation by moving forward, by taking the action, by believing in yourself. And then you'll feel the support of the universe helping you, backing you. It always is, but you'll feel it when you're willing to deepen into that connection and know the power that you hold. So really beautiful energies this week. Again, we will finish off the week with the moon in Aquarius as well. And that really is just about sharing and contributing your gifts to the planet, being your unique self, allowing your light to shine, and going back to this discussion of seeing your vision, what you desire to create, that legacy, being bigger than just you and this lifetime, right? And it also gets to be your desires this lifetime. So it's not like, oh, that doesn't matter. It's more about adding on to that. You have your desires for what you want to create, what you want to experience. And then you get to look at the ripple effect of that as well. So those are our beautiful energies we're playing with as we wrap up February. If you would like to go deeper on co-creating with cosmic intelligence, you enjoy these videos, you're ready to deepen your understanding of the Akashic Records, of astrology, check out my Divine Creators Inner Circle. I will attach the link below. You'll learn how to open your Akashic Records. I offer clearings, activations in that space, high-level energy work. We also do new and full moon rituals. And you have immediate access to all content when you sign up, and new content is added every week as well. Sending so much love and light your way. I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.